For the past several videos, we've been talking about how you can dominate the fall market, an interesting statistic that you can share with your buyers in this market, and we even launched our real estate review challenge. But I still feel like there are so many of you who just sit still and don't take action. And there's two very good reasons why this is happening. Here we are. We have all the tools. We know what we need to do to create a better business for ourselves, but we just get stuck. Why is that? As I said in the intro, there are two very good reasons to this, and both reasons have to do with overwhelm. Either overwhelm from being so busy, you're out there doing so many things, or overwhelm from just not having a lot to do, but knowing there's all these things that you could do and not really knowing where to start. And this is the challenge with sales, whether it's real estate or anything else. There is a challenge when you are operating a business as a solopreneur, meaning you are the reason why you either succeed or fail, the actions that you take. Because we get into our heads that either we don't have time for this, or we're not going to be good enough, or we can't get going on this, or that's not going to work, or this is not going to work, and look at what this person's doing over there, and we just blow up our own minds. The result is this feeling of overwhelm that just gets us going, all right, you know what? I'm just going to put this on the shelf and keep doing what I'm doing because at least I know that is safe. And when we get ourselves into that place, it's fear that's really holding us back. It's not necessarily the overwhelm. Overwhelm is the feeling, but it's fear that's holding us back from moving forward. So let's talk about how we can conquer this fear. And by the way, don't feel like you're alone in this. I face these challenges every single day, just like you do. The person next to you faces these challenges too. So we're all in this boat together, and how we can actually break free from this feeling of overwhelm, conquer our fears, and move our business to the next level. So the first thing to do, and this is whether you are so busy or you have nothing to do but you don't know where to start, is build a schedule and start to develop habits and routine. I talk about routine a lot, and you know what? It starts in the morning, and it starts with just showing up. Make the habit of showing up. I'm not telling you to show up and do all of these things right away. Just start with little baby steps. If you want to get to the office at 9 a.m. every day, make it your goal just to get to the office at 9 a.m. every day. Don't put anything else on the back end of that. Just get to the office 9 a.m. for 2 weeks, and whatever happens after that is great. We can figure out something else after that. If you want to wake up at a certain time every day, set your alarm and just make it your goal to wake up at that time every day. Don't add anything else. Don't add the workout yet. Don't add all that stuff. Just make it your goal to get up at that specific time and do it consistently, because what you're trying to do is train your brain to show up. That's the first step in breaking out of whatever kind of rut or overwhelm or conquering the fear of doing whatever comes after showing up. So first things first, start to look at how you want to build your schedule and build your calendar and build your routine, and just make the habit of showing up first. Then the next step just builds on that. Whatever activities you want to add on to that, start in baby steps. Chunk it down into little things. Like, for example, with the real estate review challenge, I said that you need to go out there and do these reviews for all the people that you closed business with fourth quarter last year and the year before. If that sounds overwhelming to you, start by just making one real estate review. Don't worry about calling the person and setting up a face-to-face. Just make the document. Sit down at your computer and make the document, and that's it. Whatever comes next is gonna be great, but just make it your goal to sit down and make the document. And here's the interesting thing about when you set goals like this, because if you're super busy, you're thinking, man, I don't have the time to do it. But when you set aside the time, you see in your calendar, oh, I actually do. Now, if you're not busy and you don't have a lot on your plate, you'll look and you'll be like, I got all day to do this. Don't let these things sit on a task list. Put them into the calendar, whether you're super busy or you have nothing to do. Make a specific time that you're gonna actually do these things, and it's going to change your world, because now you're actually engaging in that habit of showing up to do things versus, yeah, I know I need to get this done. That's the tactical side of making sure you can get certain things done and develop that habit of showing up. Now, the other side of overcoming this fear starts in your mind, because your actions start in your mindset and your belief system. So you need to believe that you can actually accomplish all of these things that you want to do. You need to believe that you can serve more people, that you can close more deals, that you have the time to conquer things. The one thing that I hear from people who are so busy is, I don't have the time. And if you say that you don't have the time, guess what? You're gonna run out of time. On the other side of that, for everybody who has so much time because I can get it done later, later is always going to be later. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. And then there's never today, which is why start within your own head. Start with this belief system that you can do these things, that you have the time to do these things, that your goals matter to you, right? So first, maybe it means writing them down. Creating that vision board so you can actually see all these things that you want to do, to be, to have, to give. We've talked about life lists before, but so you can actually see them in front of your face so that you get that constant reminder. On the back side of that is to spend some time digging a little bit deeper and understanding why you want those things. What's the overall vision that you're trying to create for your life here? Because when you then can anchor your action in that vision, all of a sudden your mindset believes that that can be possible and that all these actions can be done, because you start to feel those things, right? You visualize what you want, you feel it, and then you go out and create it. Now, as you're out there taking action, you cannot be judgmental of yourself. And this is one of those things that can be the biggest hurdle to continuing to take action and maintaining those successful habits and routines, is that we go out and do something and then we immediately want to see the results. And when we don't see it, we say, see, it didn't work and I can't do this and I don't have time. And the key here is to don't succumb to that negative thought and that negative energy. Just keep going, keep doing it. Know that the reality of the results you want to see lie on the other side of the next action, and the next action after that, and the next action after that. And soon you'll have this pattern of like, oh wait, back here, I was going to tell myself that it couldn't be done, and here I am, it is being done. I mean, think about it this way, right? We always look at, where can I get my next deal tomorrow? And on a micro level, we can talk about strategies on that. But if we're not thinking about the macro, what if 1 year from now, your business is double what it is today? What would that be like? What if 2 years from now, your business is quadruple what it is today? Think about that for a second and say, you know what? Is it worth putting in a little bit of work and just holding judgment on myself for the next 3 months, for the next year, for the next 3 years? Because I know and I believe that the results that I know that can be there will be there at the end of that. Isn't that worth putting a little bit of faith and effort in? I think so. This is not easy, right? Because tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll be like, you know what? I'm still tired. This is tough. I'm overwhelmed. When you feel that, just know that it's fear coming out, trying to protect you. It's your non-conscious brain saying, you know what? Let's not change because we're in an okay pattern right now. The worst is not here yet. So let's just keep going. Know that it's there and just say, you know what? I understand, but I'm going to keep moving forward because I have this grand vision and I know that this is going to make some great things happen down the road. So, and I know this video has turned into kind of a little bit of a rant and talking about motivation and how to get yourself going, but I think it's important to reset on this every now and then, and this really came out from my own experience over the past couple of weeks where my routine really did fall apart. I got what I needed to get done, but my morning routine was not where I wanted it to be, and I couldn't break out of what I was doing because I was fearful of change and I was not accepting it, and I was protecting myself by just staying the same. There's several reasons why anybody goes into this, and I'm not going to go into my reasons of why things fell apart, and I don't want you to go into your reasons why either. Just know that if you're at a point in your business where maybe you're at a plateau, or maybe you're just trying to get started and you're having trouble making that shift, know that it's okay to change, that change can save you. Change can bring so much goodness to your life and the people that you serve. So accept it, be open to it, and try new things. Don't worry. If things get kind of messed up, you can always go back if you need to, but failure is how we learn how to succeed. And so if you're operating your business and you're stuck at a plateau, like I said, maybe something needs to change. Maybe the way you've been doing it is not going to help you grow to that next level. Linear growth can be very, very tiring. You need some type of exponential growth, which means you may need to hire an assistant. Or maybe you're farming too much and you're not spending enough time on your database. You're not spending enough time on those one-to-one relationships, which don't seem scalable, but really, really are, especially when you can create a business that people just rave about. They can't wait to talk to other people about you because you've created an experience that makes them feel so good, they want to share it with others. So to kind of wrap this thing back up, take some of those little tactics and strategies I talked about at the beginning about taking baby steps, starting to train your brain on how to show up for anything. If you're having trouble doing anything in your business, whether you've been doing this for 30 years or for 3 days, train yourself to show up. Practice showing up to that new thing you want to do or that new habit that you want to engage in. If you're trying to change your health, same thing. You want to go to the gym? Practice just going to the gym. You want to change the way you eat? Practice showing up to the vegetable section in the grocery store or something like that. Take those strategies and start to employ them and then work on your mindset. I know it's hard, it's not easy, but just start to really, really believe. And when you feel that protective voice coming in or maybe a negative voice coming in, just stop for a moment and say, you know what? I'm not going to let that enter because I know that there is a greater life on the other side of this wall that I'm trying to put up for myself to protect me. I know there's a greater life on the other side of that, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep forging ahead. I'm going to keep making a difference. I'm going to keep serving at the best possible level that I know that I can, and everything's going to be great. So that's my message for you today. I kind of needed this message for myself, so I wanted to share it with you. I hope that it helps. If it does, drop a comment in below and say that you needed this today. If you know somebody who might need this message, do share it with them. Or if you just need it for yourself and want to internalize it, take it. And if you didn't need it, awesome. I'm super excited for you. You guys are probably rocking and rolling and crushing it in your business. And I am super proud of each and every one of you. Good luck. Have an awesome week. And I'll see you guys soon.